In this video, I'm going to talk about why the print time estimate sometimes feels like a print time guesstimate.
Of course.
So first, let's talk about why it's more of a guesstimate and less of an estimate, and how to fix it using Lychee Slicer. And to do that, I'm going to use my two M3 premiums right here, which are almost exactly the same. Physically, they are exactly the same. The difference is one of these has a newer firmware than the other. For this test, I'm printing the exact same file I copied from one USB to the other and started the prints at the exact same time. I'm doing two different prints, one of them at 100 UM, the other one at 50 UM. What you're going to see from these settings is that one of these printers is going to win in one race and the other one's going to win in the other. Now what we can see here is that between two identical printers in just a firmware update, we get different times. So what does this really tell us? Well, what I've noticed is that pretty much every single printer, even the same printer with different firmware updates, seems to be a little bit different in speeds. The reason for this is sometimes the Z-screw is not always moving at exactly the same speed. Maybe you tell it you want it to run at 50 millimeters a minute, and it's only gonna run at 49 or 48 or maybe 55. It's never perfectly accurate. There's also ramp up and ramp downs, and sometimes the light off delays are even a little bit wonky. Some Anycubic printers even have built-in light off delays that override whatever you set and just do their own thing. And just considering that these two printers were about a minute apart, being the exact same settings on the exact same printer, a minute apart, one time it was faster and one time it was slower. So really you could say that's a 2-minute swing on a relatively short print. So yeah, on a really long print and going from different printers, yeah, this issue can really compound pretty badly. So now that we know what the problem is, let's talk about how to fix it. To do that, all you really need is your printer and the settings that you're going to use and a feature in Lychee Slicer called Print Time Override. We're going to enable this feature. It's going to ask us for two different things: how long it takes for the printer to do a bottom layer and how long it takes to do a normal layer. To get this information is actually really easy. Personally, I find the easiest way to do it, or I'd say the most accurate way to do it, is do what's called a dry print. So I've got my settings on my USB that I'm going to use for all my prints moving forward. And I'm going to remove the vat, make sure there's no resin around. I've got a piece of paper to cover the LCD. And you don't even need a build plate in some printers. You can just remove it entirely. And again, this is what we call a dry print. So doing this, all I have to do is start the print. So now that the printer started, I'm going to take my phone and I'm just going to time how long a bottom layer takes. And the way I'm going to do that is from the peak, basically where this thing is at the top, and it's going to go all the way back down to do the layer and then back up again, and that's one cycle. So I want to know how long it takes to do one cycle. So basically I can just watch right here with my stopwatch, and when it stops moving up, I will start it. So it's still moving up right now. There we go, and I start it. So now I'm just going to be running a timer on my phone. It's going to go all the way down, cure that layer. I mean, it's going to not cure anything. And then it's going to go back up. And once it hits the peak, that's when I'm going to stop my stopwatch. And I'm going to do this for the bottom layers as well as the normal layers. So we'll watch it right now. It's almost done. Okay, it's done. So that right there is how long it took to do one layer. I'll go into my Lychee Slicer, put that in the system. The next thing is you want to make sure that you're not accidentally calculating the transition layers. So you're going to have your bottom layers or your burn-in layers, then your transition, then your normal. So just make sure you wait enough layers for the bottom layers and the transition layers to fully work itself out, and you know you're well into the normal layers. Then just do the same thing again. You're just going to time how long it takes from the build plate to go from the peak down, cure, and back up to the peak. I recommend doing maybe 3 or 4 and just finding the average of the 4. That way your data is a little bit more accurate. From here, you're going to open up Lychee Slicer. You're going to go to the resin profile that you used to slice that test print we just did. And then you're going to scroll down to the bottom and you're going to find Print Time Override. Enable that one and you're going to put in the 2 values under the bottom or burn-in layers and the normal layers. And there you have it. Your print time estimation is now incredibly accurate, something you can definitely rely on. Also a nice little pointer. If you just change, let's say you add 1 second to exposure time and 1 second to light off delay, you can just go down to the print estimates and add 2 seconds. And then your estimate is actually still going to be accurate. However, if you change any of the other settings, you're going to have to go through and do that timing thing again I showed you earlier. I hope you found this video educational and helpful. If you did, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to the Lychee YouTube channel. If you haven't joined us on the Lychee Slicer Discord, go do that today. And as always, thank you for watching and have a good day.